Hi friends, in our time together today, I'll introduce the tune Planxty Fanny Poer. The tune was composed by Turlough O'Carolan as a Planxty, that is, a tune written in thanks or honor of a host or sponsor. So thank you for your patronage, and he called it a Planxty. You'll find Fanny Poer cataloged as a waltz on the session website, and that's really because of the timing and the flow of the tune. Although the tune's actually played a little faster than a waltz, has a beautiful flowing rhythm, but O'Carolan did not write this tune as a waltz. We can say that pretty certainly because the waltz dance style didn't really exist when O'Carolan wrote this tune. The waltz hadn't yet appeared on the scene. So I've crafted what I feel like is a fairly common setting to the tune. I've found some more elaborate transcriptions, but they seem like transcriptions of someone's personal expression of the tune rather than the more common core of the tune, which is what I'm trying to share with us. Because as usual, I want you to learn what seems the core of the tune, and then you learn that and personalize that. I'm not after you learning my personalization of the tune. I want you learning the tune, the core of the tune, as much as we can find it and discern it. The tune appears, O'Carolan's tune, Fanny Poer, appears in one of O'Neill's earliest collections, but even then, you can't say that it is exactly the same tune that O'Carolan wrote. And we'll get to the history of that, mainly because of the timing of when that first transcription appeared and when O'Carolan would have composed the tune. So I'll walk us through the tune standing so that you can see my hands. I'll include a link in the notes to this video so that you can access, as usual, the page on my website from which you can download the music and tabs, if you'd like. We'll then talk about any difficulties you may experience with the tune, some ideas for ornamentation and expression, and the history of the tune. Now, this tune has an A part and a B part, and each repeats. So what I want to do is I'm going to just play through the A part, pausing at the end of every second measure, just so that you can see and get a feel for that. And after doing that with both parts, I'll play through the entire tune, including the repeats. So here is the A part, not repeated. And again, I'll pause after every two and a half, 3 measures at what seems a logical place. So the A part of Planxty Fanny Poer. I'll play it slowly. Okay, that's the A part. And when I play it through, I won't do any pausing. I'll just play it at a moderate pace. And I'll share my playing of the tune in a subsequent video. Here is the B part. So that's the entire tune, the A part and the B part, not repeated. I'll now stand and play at a slower, steady pace through the entire tune, including repeats. So the transcription I'm delivering to you that you could download is in 3/4 time. And you'll find a lot are written in 3/4 time. Some people have transcribed it in 6/8 time. And if you're going to transcribe it in 6/8 time, you're going to do it a little, you're just going to cut the notes in half. And I could have done it that way. One of the reasons people do it in 6/8 is because the tune's actually played a little faster than what you might think of a swingy waltz 3/4 time. So it's going to feel just a hair faster than a waltz, and so that's why some people ratchet up the time signature a bit. It's immaterial. So anyway, I'll play it through in a few days. I don't think there are a lot of difficulties that you're going to experience. I think moving into the B section, when you start trying to pick up the pace on the tune, that the D, B, C natural, D. You may have to work on that specific phrase. And if you do, just sit there and go. Pick up the pace. And go a little faster even than you need to. And that's key. That way when you dial it back, you're very comfortable. So just maybe work on those couple of phrases. No real huge difficulties. You do have to play the second octave A sharp, F sharp, A sharp, F sharp, G, and A. And if you're a newer player, that might be a little challenging for you, but that's okay. Just keep going. If you can't play those top 3 or 4 notes of the second octave, you will be able to if you keep going. Trust me on that. As far as expression and ornaments, this is not intended to be a tune that's like slow, thoughtful. This is intended to be a happy, giving honor to someone, particularly in O'Carolan's mind, a delightful young daughter of the family that he thinks is just so sweet. Hold that for the history. So you want this to be a happy kind of bouncy tune, use the ornaments that you feel are appropriate for that. And again, I don't like to dictate what you do there, because I want to teach you the core of the tune, and then I want you to personalize it according to your current skills, your knowledge, and how you're feeling the tune. So O'Carolan composed the tune probably around 1728, definitely before Francis was married in the early 1730s. So the story goes that O'Carolan wrote the tune Planxty Fanny Poer in praise of Frances Poer, who was the daughter of David and Elizabeth Poer. They were Turlough O'Carolan's patrons at the time, and Carolan loved their daughter and called her the swan of the shore. You see, the family residence was on the shore of LoughRea in County Galway. I'm not sure if I've pronounced that correctly, so I'll put it on the screen. You can look it up. Go to Google Maps or something, or whatever map app you use, and type the name in, and you can zoom in. You can zoom in on it. From what I could tell, nobody's 100% sure about the house, because it turns out, according to the stories, that the stones from the house that the Powers had were probably taken and used to build somebody else's house. Because we're talking early 18th century when this happened. I have seen a few sets of lyrics for the tune, and some of them are actually written in honor of Frances Poer, but none, as far as I could tell, date back to 1728. Even O'Neill's early transcription in the mid-19th century doesn't have words associated with it. So it's difficult to know if Turlough O'Carolan actually composed words to this. If anybody out there knows for sure, please comment in the video, and I would like an attestation of the reference you have, and we can append that to the video. Anyway, it's a great, delightful tune to play. I hope you enjoy it, and until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.